Tonight, from the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 3 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports. It's the New Orleans Saints taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. But tonight, we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the New Orleans Saints.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit CD at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading the charge, their lefty QB.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
The first carry now, this is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
You got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Tries the left side and finds Olave. So
Give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Kamara will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll run it with Kamara. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
Their 2nd drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Lawrence will throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. And to throw again is Lawrence. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Second down and a yard. Again, it's Kamara, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Back out is the Jacksonville offense and Trevor Lawrence. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Room past the 35, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Night.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the shotgun, Lawrence. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Kamara try the right side.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Six 0 our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
19 Tiger.
Looking to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. A 10th carry for Kamara. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Here's Corliss Waitman now.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now out come the Jags.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up. 1st and 10.
At their own 23.
They'll look to ETN to start things out.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, right back to ETN.
And now off to the races down the right side.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Travis Etienne.
64 yards.
And the Jaguars strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Olave over the middle.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw.
Here's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they'll fake the jet sweep there and instead hand it Kamara.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw here.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll look to throw.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and that'll keep this a 1-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A yard, all they need, but it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now Lawrence to throw.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Parker Washington
From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this. But you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. On play action, Lawrence.
Washington's got it. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Second and 5. From midfield now, Lawrence.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll drop to throw.
Slant pass complete to Olave.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars back again.
And he's got to be wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
A give to Etienne running right.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
They'll run with Etienne. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 113 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Lawrence. And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Here's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
This one taken in by Olave.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Trayvon Walker able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Back to throw here. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. A busy night continues for Kamara. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Trayvon Walker in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Second and a couple. Etienne once more.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
129 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Slant complete to Etienne.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 14. Give them 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn them a fresh set of downs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On second down, a run with Etienne. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
And the Jags are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Flushed out, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. First throw now for the backup Carr.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau.
And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Carr now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Baker. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. To throw, it's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Carr. Caught left side, Williams. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Carr. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the 1st down.
Carr's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. What a methodical drive. This is turning out to be that time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Carr now on 1st down. This is caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 23 yards on the play.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Williams is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was Jamal Williams who ended things with a touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Bigsby once more.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Now a handoff to Bigsby.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
Gets past one man. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Bigsby. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And remember, no overtime here in preseason. This offense hoping that's a moot issue as they try to finish this one off. Bigsby will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Now the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So time for Carr and the Saints. Down by 12. 1:52 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Carr. And that's caught by Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now Carr. Open man is Baker. He's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Carr to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Throwing his Carr. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Here's Carr. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that pick 6, that was the first turnover forced by the defense in this ballgame, CD.
And what's even better is when they finally forced one, they kept the effort up and were able to return it for a score. They could hear their defensive coaches saying to them, hey, getting the interception's great. Can you do more with it? Turn it into a big play. And they did exactly that.
Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Carr. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end.
Down the left sideline.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.